What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Game Pass in Review. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Man, and today we're taking a look at Back for Blood, the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead from Turtle Rock Studios. Now, does this game live up to the hype that everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna be Left 4 Dead 3"? This looks amazing. We played the beta. There's a lot of hype surrounding this game. It was the big Game Pass game for October. Did it succeed and live up to everyone's expectations? Personally, I'm gonna give my review of the game and my experience playing with friends. I did play the entire campaign with friends. I played some multiplayer, so I have put a lot of hours into Back for Blood. And my overall impression is the game is just fine. It's nothing revolutionary. I think it plays well from a gameplay perspective. I think the shooting feels good, despite what some others say. They really toned down the ADS compared to the beta, where it was basically hit the trigger button and you get a free kill. Here, it's a lot more. You actually have to aim, even if you max it out all the way. The AI in this game is a lot more competent than it was in the beta. Ultimately, to a detriment, I think. The game is very difficult, especially in the later acts. Even on the lowest difficulty, I found the game to be very challenging. Me and my friends, like I said, we played through the entire thing. There were multiple times where we were frustrated. It spawns endless amounts of super zombies or special ridden is what they're called. But they just give you artificial difficulty, I think, by loading you with all these corruption cards that don't make you, it's one thing to mess up and be like, okay, I lost because of something I did. When I feel like the game is actively just like, okay, you're making the game annoying and unfun to play. That is my biggest issue with Back for Blood. The game just constantly was finding ways to be like, okay, I don't want to do this. This isn't fun. Why are you throwing all this at me? Especially the final mission. The final mission is maybe one of the worst missions in any video game ever. I get it was supposed to be some epic, but we had a bug where you just couldn't hurt the boss. It was very frustrating. Multiple failed attempts. The RNG at the start were the random guns, like sometimes you get just crap guns. It wasn't fun. It wasn't enjoyable. I really wish that wasn't part of the game. But overall, the campaign I think is fine. It's nothing revolutionary. If you've played Left 4 Dead, then you know what you're getting into. You and a few friends, you're gonna go hunt some zombies, get to the end of the level, get in a safe room. You're done. They do try to mix it up by adding a card system, and the card system can be useful at points. I didn't think the card system was as bad as some people were saying. There are multiple instances in the campaign where I feel like the card system really does come in handy, where the card system lets you find more supplies, increase your team ammo, increase the amount of offensive weapons that you can hold. And in some of those later levels, you're going to want to load up on pipe bombs, get the hordes of ridden off of you. I really do think that those cards are what makes the game good. The card system, that's a good thing for me. I don't have an issue with you using cards. This one, the game throws cards at you that I'm kind of iffy about. I also think the game looks good. From a graphical standpoint, I think Back 4 Blood is a pretty looking game. It's nothing revolutionary. It's not pushing the next gen boundaries, but it runs really well. It's a solid 60 FPS. I think that despite some technical issues, like I mentioned, we did get a bug during the final mission. Most of the time, you have a bug free experience. I will say that I think the multiplayer in this game needed a little more time in the oven. It's not Left 4 Dead multiplayer. It's where one team becomes the ridden for a round versus the survivors. You fight each other and you try to see how long the survivors can hold out for. And then you switch roles and then you do this multiple times until you get points. It's not the most enjoyable PvP experience, especially because rounds take so long. Sometimes you'll wash a team and just absolutely dominate them. Even that takes 5-10 minutes if the teams are really bad. The amount of supply points that you get for things is not worth it. They really need to increase that. You get 20 to 40 supply points depending on what you're doing. That makes the grind really excessive. You need the supply points to get new cards, to increase your decks, to tackle those higher difficulties. But the fact that they really halt your progress here is frustrating. It doesn't let you progress in the way you want to progress. I do think that there are some good missions in this game. Shout out the jukebox level. That is a standout level in my mind. I think that the level design was always unique, always different. Ultimately, the game falls a little short for me in what I was looking for. I wanted something that I like could consistently go back to with friends, have a fun experience. But by the end of this game, I was more frustrated. I was like, I want to be done with this. I beat the campaign, I uninstalled the game, and I'm not going to go back to it. It's not what I wanted. I think that since it is free on Game Pass, if you have a group of friends, I would say pick it up, you go play it. I think you'll have fun, a few nights of fun here and there. But ultimately, I don't think this game has much longevity. I think that there are serious balance issues in this game. I think that the voice acting and story is absolutely horrific. There is no point in most of the banter. It's annoying. It's not funny. The story is not good. It's almost non-existent. You get these cutscenes interspersed, and you're like, what is actually going on in this game? And I know this might be, a hot take, but I was let down by this game. I had higher expectations for it. When I saw the reveal, I was like, this is going to be a great game. And it just wasn't. It just wasn't what I wanted. So ultimately, like I said, there's not really much to say. It's Left 4 Dead. If you've played Left 4 Dead, you know what you're getting into. It has a card system that can be annoying when it's used against you, and it can be a little beneficial when it's used when you're taking full advantage of it. The PvP is mediocre at best. The story's bad. The voice acting bad. Looks pretty. Gunplay is good. That's all I really have to say. Let me know what you guys think about Back for Blood down below. I do say that if you have Game Pass, play the game with some friends. Otherwise, I would skip this one. Not worth the time, especially with other things coming out. But I've been Kevin, aka the Muffin Man. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.